Good morning. It's Saturday. We are finishing up our journey through the text for this coming Sunday. And we've been talking about food, banquets, and now we come to the gospel, which is a very difficult text. I'm not going to preach on it, I'll tell you the truth. And it's one that I wrestle with. We have a king who invites people. The people reject his invitation out of anger. He destroys the people who rejected the invitation. And then he sends an invitation out to everyone. And what happens? Everybody comes, but there's a person whom he spies that does not have a wedding garment on. So the man gets tossed out because he isn't dressed properly for the occasion. How do we deal with this? How do we deal with this text? Is it an allegory? I mean, people have written books about this and nobody really agrees. But let's kind of take it and put it in a daily perspective here. As a church, we say that all are welcome. We invite everyone. What happens if somebody shows up and they're not dressed for church? I mean, we pretty much allow what they want to wear to wear. That's just normal. But what happens if somebody comes and we just don't like it? I know in one of my congregations, we had a couple that started to come. They didn't dress very well. They weren't very clean. I'll admit that. They didn't shower very often. They were very sloppy. I'm going to be honest. And the aroma that exuded from them wasn't very pleasant. Did people welcome them, or did they stay away, or did they tell them straight out to leave? Well, I didn't tell them straight out to leave, but very few people would have contact with them. So they did not feel very welcomed. How do we welcome people in our lives, especially those who don't quite fit in with our expectations of who people should be, or we just don't get along with them? How do we deal with people like that? These are tough questions, and I don't have any answers. I want you to wrestle with that question. And how does God deal with us when we don't live up to expectations, when we stumble and fall flat on our faces, when we mess up royally? How does God deal with us? Out of love, God sent his only Son, Jesus Christ, to die for us. Does that give us a hint? Questions to wrestle with. How does God deal with us when we don't have our wedding garment on? When we stumble and when we fall, when we turn against him? And how do we deal with people who don't fit into our expectations, who may actually have hurt us in some way, intentionally or unintentionally? Again, these are questions to wrestle with. May God bless you and keep you this weekend. And may God strengthen you in your faith journey. Have a blessed day.